Welcome, respected friends. Let us involve in our daily tapasya, daily sadhana, and samarpana to the Ishvara. O Lord, you see, we with the given Purushartha, Samarthya, and Swatantrata, these sadhanas we are doing. Yes, you only are getting it done by us. Yet, we have done it, now offering to you in exchange. Please make me evolve spiritually. To do that, we are here every day. Mangalacharana shlokas, Sankalpa, Mantrocharana, Upanishad Adhyanam, Veda Mantra Parayanam, Mantra Dhyanam, and some learning for our life's smoothness, common sense thought. These are the seven things we are every day doing. As every day, may we deeply feel within us that the Parabrahma Ishvara Jagannatha Devata Guru Gana, Shastra Gana, Krupa be fully on us so that without any delay, any obstruction, hindrance, our spiritual progress is happening and we are reaching to the ultimate goal. En route, we need to fully take care of all our Vyaktitva, Lokasevaka Dharmastapaka Viragi, Bhakta Shishya Momokshu, Jignasu Shrota Sadhaka, Parishrami Prerita, Prashanta Gambhira, Samskrita Bhasha Jnata, Vyakarana Sahita, Daivopasakaha, Gurupasakaha, Manana Chintana Nididhyasana Karta, Anubhavi, Anubhava Nishtita. These are the beautiful, our own individualities, Vyaktitvas, which we have to mindfully, consciously, daily develop, strengthen. So, welcome you all, friends. Among these, the Upanishad we are studying is the 10th one, the Chandogya Upanishad. Before beginning the first Adhyaya Khanda, the most essential topics are covered by Bhagwan Sri Adi Shankara in his Sambandha Bhashyam. We are trying to digest it. In that, one thing covered is why that Upanishadic portion started in the Samaveda after the Karmakanda portion is taught. Same way in our life, how long we have to continue the karmadi, how to rise above it, and when and why and how to take up the Upanishadic Vidya. These are taught. Taught, but we have to learn. We have to grasp. We have to understand exactly what is said by that portion of Sambandha Bhashya, what is meant by it, and how it has to influence us, inspire us, inform us. We have to focus on that. Yesterday, we have come up to the Tapta Parashu Grahana Vruttanta in Chandogya Sambandha Bhashya. Thereafter, Tasmat Atayeva, this being so, because of this reason, yes, na karma sahabhavi advaita atma darshanam. Because of this reason, these two are totally different things. Advaita atma darshana not only doesn't need karma, karma sahabhavi nahi hai wo, but also that any trace of anything regarding the karma brought into picture that dilutes, pollutes, delays this Advaita Atma Darshana Prayatna or Sadhana. So that much precisely the intellect has to be understood, intellect should understand and should be convinced to. Like in any of the outer activities also, about our maintaining the vehicle or car or our driving, the more we are precise and not taking any unwanted thing for granted, To that extent, car is safe, our driving is smooth. So too, as regard the health is concerned, very precise. You know, no, that thing is not suitable to me. Come what may, I won't take. That is called precision. So too, quantity wise. Yes, what you made is so tasty, but my quantity is this much. No, एक और टुकड़ा ले लो, छोटा टुकड़ा. No. That won't help me, it will harm me. See, when one is precise in that way, then he is always safe, secured. In spirituality also, precision helps us in doing the things to be done in a better manner, thereby taking us ahead in our sadhana. So here, that sentence, Atayeva karma asahabhavi, karma saha Ataiva na karma sahabhavi advaita darshanam is a very important thought which tells us the importance of the precision. In life many times हम बहुत चीज़ों को lightly लेते हैं, granted में लेते हैं. And that's what troubles us, destroys us when we are on our good path. Some people, they are appearing to be so rude, so ruthless. Others even don't like him because of his ruthlessness. If you see the other aspect of that personality, though he is rude and ruthless this side, the other side, if you see, he is the one who is the great doer. He is the one who is a great achiever. The other one who is including everything, compromising with anything and involving in anything, that person looks to be favorable to all, lovable by others, likable to others. But the other side of him, you see, he is not at all an achiever. You understood? So these are the very sublime things that every sentence of the Upanishadic Bhashyas, Upanishadic mantras have to teach to us. How much alert aware we are to understand, to learn. Okay. Then after this, the quotations are given. Then one more question by the Urabakshi, or two more answers are given to that also. Then Bhagavan takes up why the Upasana Bhaga is given so much importance in this Upanishad, not one or two, up to even 5 chapters. Even in the 7th chapter also you see, all our Upasanas are only told. But they are all Brahma Upasanas. One by one. Oh, Bapre, how many Upasanas. There, the Sanat Kumara teaches Naradji's fascinating enchanting required also for sadhana. Right? With this little thought, now let us start our day's journey through our mantrocharana, which we have made as a duty to invoke the Krupa of Parabrahma Tattva Rishi Parampara Shruti Mata. Start, be here, be present, bring the concentrating mind, bring the Sukshma Buddhi, bring the Jignasu Yukta Aham, bring the Chitta to remember what is being heard, tell the Indriyas to not distract, and be a serious, sincere sadhak. Not only now, while studying the Shastra, throughout the life. Om, Om, Om. ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहैः ॐ शान्तिः ॐ नमो ब्रह्मादिभ्यो ब्रह्मविद्यासम्प्रदायकर्तृभ्यो वंशऋषिभ्यो महद्भ्यो नमो गुरुभ्यः ॐ यैरिमे गुरुभिः पूर्वं पदवाक्यप्रमाणतः व्याख्याताः सर्ववेदान्ताः तान् नित्यं प्रणतोऽस्म्यहम्। ॐ शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः। ॐ निधये सर्वविद्यानां विषजे भवरोगिणां गुरवे सर्वलोकानां दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। ॐ ज्ञानानन्दमयं देवं निर्मलं स्फटिकाकृतिम् आधारं सर्वविद्यानां हयग्रीवमुपास्महे। ॐ व्यासाय विष्णुरूपाय व्यासरूपाय विष्णवे नमो वै ब्रह्मनिधये वासिष्ठाय नमो नमः। ॐ सरस्वती नमस्तुभ्यं वरदे कामरूपिणि विद्यारम्भं करिष्यामि सिद्धिर्भवतु मे सदा। ॐ श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानामालयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादशङ्करं लोकशङ्करम्। ॐ सुकृतेऽधिकृते बहुधा भवतो भविता समदर्शनलालसता अतिदीनमिमं परिपालय मां भवशङ्करदेशिकमे शरणम्। ॐ ब्रह्मानन्दं परमसुखदं केवलं ज्ञानमूर्तिं द्वन्द्वातीतं गगनसदृशं तत्त्वमस्यादिलक्ष्यम् एकं नित्यं विमलमचलं सर्वधी साक्षिभूतं भावातीतं त्रिगुणरहितं सद्गुरुं तं नमामि। ॐ परब्रह्मणे श्रुतिमात्रे समस्तब्रह्मविद्याचार्येभ्यो ऋषिभ्यो मुनिभ्यो गुरुभ्यो देवताभ्यो अस्मद्गुरुभ्यो नमः। छान्दोग्योपनिषदः आचार्येभ्यो नमः। सङ्कल्पः तेषां सर्वेषां कृपानुग्रहेण उपनिषदुक्तब्रह्मात्मैक्यबोधेन अस्मिन् क्षणे एव मोक्ष कैवल्यप्राप्त्यर्थं श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणेतिहाससन्तवाङ्मयोक्त साध्यसाधनानुभवसिद्ध्यर्थं तत्रोक्तऋषिमुनिगुरुदेवतादर्शनानुग्रह अनुभवप्राप्त्यर्थं सनातनधर्मस्य विश्वव्याप्तिविश्व आध्यात्मिकप्रगत्यर्थं धर्मसंस्थापकानां नित्यनिरन्तर दिग्विजयार्थं श्रीराममन्दिरवत् शिवकृष्णादिमन्दिरादीनां पुनरवाप्ति तेषु निरन्तरशास्त्र अध्ययनादीनां द्वारा भारतवर्षस्य सनातनधर्मस्य बाह्याभ्यन्तरशत्रुविघ्न शाश्वतसमूलनिर्मूलनपूर्वक भारतवर्षे विश्वे च अस्मात् क्षणादारभ्य वैदिकहैन्दवसंस्कृतेः धर्ममोक्षपुरुषार्थानां सुसम्प्रतिष्ठावाप्त्यर्थम् अस्यां कक्षायाम् आगतानां सङ्कल्पितसत्कर्मसु दिग्विजयः तेषां हृदये परब्रह्मादीनां प्रति भक्त्यादीनां द्वारा जन्मसाफल्यार्थम् अनेकशास्त्राणाम् अध्ययनसाधनाप्रयत्नमध्ये सामवेदान्तर्गत छान्दोग्योपनिषदः श्री आद्यशङ्करभाष्यसहित अध्ययनसाधनाप्रयत्नं मोक्षार्थं वयं सर्वे करिष्यामहे। ॐ अथ सामवेदान्तर्गत छान्दोग्योपनिषद पूज्य श्री आद्यशङ्कर भगवत्पादकृत मंगलाचरण श्लोकः. You know the meaning of that shloka now. While intellectually appreciating that meaning, mentally loving that meaning, heartily reveling in that meaning, vocally chant this mantra. So here is an occasion for us to integrate all our personality layers and meditatively do something called as the meditating abhyasa. We'll try it. Chant this mantra thrice. Om Satchidananda Sandraya Sarvatitaya Sakshine Namah Shri Deshikendraya Shivaya Shivaghatine Om Satchidananda Sandraya Sarvatitaya Sakshine Namah Shri Deshikendraya Shivaya Shivaghatine Om Satchidananda Sandraya Sarvatitaya Sakshine Namah Shri Deshikendraya शिवाय शिवघातिने. The samagrata, the spashtata, the gambhirata of the artha meaning of this mantra. Appreciating is called as the studying of this mantra. Then bringing the same thing in our heart is called as using this mantra for our sadhana. And this happens when we keep on doing it. And keep on doing should be our commitment. Exhaustively, the meaning of this we have discussed sufficiently. Now, the Upanishadic Shanti Mantra. Thrice with the same meditative voice. Try. Om Natha Shanti Mantraha. Om Apyayantu Mamangani. Vak Pranaha. Chakshuh Shrotram. Hatho Balam. Indriyani Cha Sarvani. Sarvam Brahma Upanishadam. Maham Brahma Nirakuryam. Mama Brahma Nirakarod. अनिराकरणमस्तु अनिराकरणं मे अस्तु तदात्मनि निरते ये उपनिषत्सु धर्माः ते मयि सन्तो ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः ॐ आप्यायन्तु ममाङ्गानि वाक्प्राणः चक्षुः श्रोत्रम् अथो बलम् इन्द्रियाणि च सर्वाणि सर्वं ब्रह्म उपनिषदं माहं ब्रह्म निराकुर्यां मा ब्रह्म निराकरोत् अनिराकरणमस्तु अनिराकरणं मे अस्तु तदात्मनि निरते ये उपनिषत्सु धर्माः ते मयि सन्तो ॐ शान्तिः 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 ॐ आप्यायन्तु ममाङ्गानि वाक्प्राणः चक्षुः श्रोत्रम् अथो बलम् इन्द्रियाणि च सर्वाणि सर्वं ब्रह्म उपनिषदं माहं ब्रह्म निराकुर्यां मा ब्रह्म निराकरोत् अनिराकरणमस्तु अनिराकरणं मे अस्तु तदात्मनि निरते ये उपनिषत्सु धर्माः ते मयि सन्तो ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः. Perhaps very few mantras are there as complete and all inclusive as this mantra. In this mantra, if you see from another particular important angle, what we learn is that as the students of Upanishads, as the seekers of Brahma Vidya, as the pursuers of moksha through the Brahma Prapti, for such you and I seekers, we have no choice to neglect even one of the faculties also that are given to us. Not even one of the upadhis we should take for granted. For one reason, if you take them for granted and neglect them, they themselves become obstructions to us. Second, each of the faculties are so powerful, so much endowed with abilities, capacities, that those faculties, abilities, capacities are required and we have to use them in our pursuit. Thirdly, each of the faculties having converted them from liability to an asset, having mastered them, having utilized them, consciously we have to transcend them to reach to the next and next and next. And thus, none of the faculties can be taken for granted or neglected. That is the most important thing an Adhyatmika sadhaka should learn from this mantra. It's not that I am studying Upanishad, therefore all other activities of me, aspects of me, even faculties of me, I can let them loose. I can allow them to behave way they want. It is never. Spiritual sadhana is, first of all, focusing on myself. Secondly, focusing on all aspects of myself. Thirdly, to begin with all the upadhis, then beyond upadhis. So can I neglect as a spiritual seeker Mangani? No, apyayantu. As a spiritual seeker, can I neglect my vak pranas chakshushrotram? No. We have to be consciously mindful about them. Atho balam, can we as a spiritual seeker be weak in our all personality or all our shaktis? No, no, no. Bala also apyayantu. So can I neglect my mind and allow it to become distracted through Rajoguna? Not allowed. Indriyani apyayantu. Can I allow my buddhi to get rusted with Tamoguna? Not allowed. Apyayantu mama buddhi. Can I, with my so much negligence, allow my chitta to gather the every nonsense of the world? No, no, no. Chitta should be only available for the Brahma Vidya. Can I compromise my individuality from being a sadhak to a samsari continuously, very frequently? No, 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 no. Apyayantu. So every of the personality has to be gathered. Like a team leader in his team, whatever 10 people are there, he will have to collect every one of them, take them into confidence, see to that each of their contribution put together helps in succeeding that project. So too, the garima of this mantra is, as a spiritual seeker, you cannot let loose any of our personality layers, any of our faculties. Neither Jnanendriyas, nor Karmendriyas, nor Sthula Sharira, nor the Pranamaya Kosha, nor the general Shakti. Most importantly, none of our four of the Antakarana. That is the meaning of Apyayentu Mamangani, Pak Pranas, Chakshu Shrotra, Mato Balam, Indriyani Sarvan. Like a government, every department it has to mind. In the departments, every department will have to take care of every of the aspect of its particular work. Isn't it? If government means all departments. Among them, the roads and buildings, they have to mind all the aspects of roads, buildings. Wherever it is not minding, there the accidents happen. Then that's an insult to the government that they allowed with their carelessness for that accident to happen and so many people have lost their lives. It's a negligence on the part of them. I know if there is an accident railway, it is a negligence on the part of the railway department. Whether it is the railway engineers, the track makers, or the rail driving the drivers, whoever they may be, they all belong to the department. It is their negligence. They cannot. In the same way, a spiritual seeker has to mature to know, understand, accept the need of comprehensively mindful about every aspect of the faculties. This is first point. Second is more important than this is what are our final intentions? What are our final aims? What are our final goals? Ruthlessly, without compromising even in dream. That is the meaning of the second portion. Those five sentences are so much valuable. If we have caught them, we have blessed ourselves so much. If we have missed them, we have lost. All those five sentences are so precious. They talk about our attitudes, our intentions, our final goals, our convictions, which are also more important along with the faculty management. What are the five sentences? Sarvam Brahma Upanishadam, Maham Brahma Nirakuryam, Mama Brahma Nirakarot, Anirakaranamastu, Anirakaranam me astu. See how precise it is, how clear it is. In that, our intentions, our attitudes. I am very clear there is nothing other than Brahman. Sarvam Brahma Upanishad. And my goal I am very clear. I won't do the Nirakarana of Brahman is equal to I do the Svikarana of the Brahman. So to the Brahman, by doing the Prayoga of its Maya, was always doing the Nirakarana of me. Now the Brahman also I am pleading that should not do the Nirakarana of me. Let that parada of the Maya be removed. Then I realize my oneness with that Brahman. Any third demand, any third request? No. If you insist, our third and fourth requests are the second and third only. Again, we ask the first and second. Anirakaranamastu, anirakaraname astu. Repeated. If you ask me again, what are your intentions? Only these two. May I not reject Brahman, may Brahman do not reject me. Okay, after 1 week I will come. Take your time, rethink about it. Again I will ask you. After 1 week again, the Shruti Mata came, the Guru came, the Lord came. They asked, Batao, did you change your intentions? What you want? Maham Brahma Nirakuryam, Mama Brahma Nirakarot. Anirakaranamastu, Anirakaraname astu. How many number of times you come with so many of temptations put in front? I will only ask for Brahman. That is what is Nachiketa Sthiti. That is the meaning of Anirakaranamastu, Anirakaraname astu. So these two things, faculty management, intentional purity, intentional clarity. These two are theoretical. But how much ever you are pakka in theory, still the reaching the goal happens only through the practice. And the practice is what? Is the last one. That is why the Lord made us study that the last one so exhaustively. What is that last one? Tadatmani nirateye upanishatsu dharmaha te mai santu te mai santu. So the Upanishad dharmas be fully in me because I am Atma Nirata now. I am totally into that. Like the Artha Asakti Purusha is busy fully involved in the Artha earning money. The Kama Asakti Purusha is fully involved in Kama Prapti. The Dharma Purusha involved in Dharma. The Loka Seva Purusha involving in his Loka Seva. The Upasaka involving in Upasana. I am now in the Atma Nirati. I am always in my Atma Prapti Prayatna only. Desire. Further, practically, Ye Upanishads Dharmaha Te Mayi Santu. Let all the Upanishadic Dharmas be in me, with me. And what are the four sets of Upanishadic Dharmas? One is Sadhana Chatushte Sampada. Second is Guru Upasadanam Sharanagati Ityadi. Third, Shravana Manana Chintana Nididhyasana. Fourth, glimpses, establishment, and spreading that knowledge only. See that? These are all theoretical, practical. These practical things happen when we are fully convinced within ourselves. Along with that inner convictions, clarities, we also have to manage our faculties only for this. Even one neglected, it becomes liability. And that is enough to trouble us. Isn't it? Like the night, wrong food we have eaten, or little more food we have eaten. Is it not enough for our morning meditation for disturbing it? Think about it. Anything example, yesterday you quarreled with somebody in the evening. That is enough to disturb the mind that we cannot concentratedly enjoy our sadhana. Some are the bhoga vastus we have involved in. Let us say you saw some TVs in our. That is enough to distract your mind. Isn't it? From the sadhana. It will distract it or it will dilute it or interest in the sadhana itself may be taken away or there may not be sufficient energy. How can I leave any of my faculties neglected? This is the power of this mantra. Any number of times you contemplate on it, newer and newer meanings, essential meanings are revealed to us, all related to our Adhyatmika Sadhana Pragati. Okay, friends. So, having seen these mantras, we have started seeing our Sambandha Bhashyam. In that, the first topic covered are three karma vidhanas and three types of phala those three karmas give us. They are called karma karanam and phalagati. As a phala, these are the gatis we get. Hmm. Then all the three of them cannot give us the atyantika purushartha called as moksha. Then how do you get the atyantika purushartha? Only by Advaita Atma Vijnana. Only by Advaita Atma Vijnana that we get the Parama Purushartha moksha. This is a sentence. In your own language you understand. Language is secondary. Did we understand it or not? Did we feel the understanding within us or not? You and I especially who are blessed with Upanishad study daily. Have you gone into the depth of this understanding to accept that only through the Advaita Atma Vijnana this moksha to me is equal to by anything else there is bandhana only. That topic was so beautifully covered in that the Guru Maharaj told us about these two beautiful thoughts. I love this, so much fascinating. What are the two sentences? Athaye anyathatah viduho anyarajanah te kshayalokaha bhavanti. Other than Aham Brahmasmi realized people, other than when we realize, if we don't realize Aham Brahmasmi, then when we have identified with our upadhis or we have given reality to the world, unknowingly we have made others Raja and we have become slave. And our whole life is Kshaya Lokaha. This is the Upanishadic way of saying. Be matured in intellect to grasp it in your language of today. Times have changed. We are not in the Upanishadic age. Still, the knowledge is same. We have to feel it within us by trying to understand it in our own language. Te kshaya lokaha bhavanti. With all the struggles, they go to different lokas, but all the lokas are kshaya lokaha. They're all perishable. When it is said perishable, immediately we have to understand is once it perishes, we are back to zero level, square one. And like the month ending, so much salary came. Then day by day, the expenses. Then by the end of the month again, not even 1 rupee is there. Shayaloka. Isn't it? Again you have to get the salary. That means whole month you have to work. Again daily kharch hota hai khatam. So that is the meaning of Kshayaloka bhavanti. So these two things. Anya rajanaha Kshayaloka. This Upanishadic way, we have to understand in our way. Understanding is same, but how did you catch it? Anya Rajana means somebody else we have appointed as Raja and we are slave to them. That Anya Raja can be our own Upadhis. That oh Upadhis, when you are happy, then only I am happy. Otherwise I am miserable. So the Upadhis are the Raja. Or the people around us are the Rajas. That only when you love me, then I will be happy. Otherwise I will be miserable. Or the objects are the Rajas. That oh objects when you are available, when you are convenient, sardi, garmi, meetha, khatta, then only I will be happy. That is the meaning of appointing somebody as Raja and we become slave. If you extend it, even you can go up to the Devatas level. We have appointed the Devatas as Rajas and only when they bless me, then I will be happy. So then I beg Saraswati Mata to give me the wealth, sorry, Lakshmi Mata, and I beg the other Devata to give me this and that. And I do all upasanas. And sometime after testing us so much, then they give us something which we want. A beggar ki tarah. So you made those devatas as Raja and you are slave. Up to that level, this is the meaning. And then with all your ardent devotion, Sharanagati, we have worshipped those devatas. Then they blessed us with what we want. But that what we got is Kshaya Lokaha Bhavat. खत्म. फिर से उनके पीछे भागो, भिकमंगा बनो. This is the power of this sentence quotation. That's how this is called contemplating on this mantra. Now, the contrast of it, the ones who have realized themselves to be that Sadgana, Chidgana, Anandagana Brahman, he is not Anyarajanaha. He is not getting the Kshayaloka. Who is he then? He is called a Sahaswarad Bhavati. He is the Raja himself. Permanently he is the Raja. And that being a permanent Raja, the Ananda which he gets, the freedom which he entertains, experiences is not Kshayaloka, it is Shashwat. He has no slavery even to the Devatas because he is identified with that Brahman, which is a substratum of even all those Devatas. That doesn't mean we reject the Devatas, we neglect the Devatas, we insult them. Don't look at that angle. As a galat mat samajna. Like an egoistic person in the worldly parlance feels like that. That's not meaning. The meaning is you have risen above, we have transcended even that. That is the reach of this Brahma Vidya. That is the teaching of this Upanishad. That you yourself become Swarat, not the Anyarajanaha. You become the enjoyer of the bliss, infinite, continuous, not the Kshaya Loka. बताओ अन्य राजाना और क्षय लोका बनना है या स्वराट बनना है? That is the contemplation. Then what's the thing that are happening in my life today? I am only living the life anya rajana because I am not pursuing Aham Brahmasmi Vidya. I am not studying Upanishad. I am not contemplating. Everything else, whatever I do, is only anya rajana kshaya loka. See, this is how the contemplation done. Thereafter, the two examples. Contemplate on that. In those two examples, through the example, what is conveyed, focus on that. In that conveying thing, focus only two things. One is Dvaita Vishaya Anruta Avisandaha. Second is Advaita Atma Satya Avisandaha. So Dvaita Vishaya Anruta Avisandhi. Dvaita Vishaya means the Jnata Gneyam, Drashta Darshanam, Bhokta Bhogyam. This is called Dvaita Vishaya. Is that Dvaita reality? No, Anruta. Not knowing that, Avisandhi. And we are identifying with it. What is the lot of such person? Dvaita Vishaya Anruta Avisanda Vyakti. What is the lot? What is the outcome of him? Two things. That example of Tapta Parashu Grahana by the chore. Hand will be burnt, he will be put in jail. Hand will be burnt is equal to all our upadhis will perish. Then he will be put in jail means we are always in misery. Because in the jail there is no freedom, there is dukkha. So, Dvaita, Vishaya, Anruta, Avisandaha, for him, Dukkha and Bandhana. Dukkha is hand burnt, Bandhana is put in the jail. Example of Tapta Parashugrahana by the person who has done the stealing as well as telling the lies that I have not done it. He is told to hold the Parshu. When he holds, the hand is burnt, then it is proved he has done the stealing, then he will be put in the jail. See that example taken. Contemplate करना है, catch करना है. See, तथा द्वैत विषय अनृत अविसंदस्य बंधनम. How? तस्करस्य इव तप्त परशु ग्रहणे. बंध दाह भावः. What is the meaning of it? Samsara dukkha praptischa. Samsara prapti is continuous janma marana, continuous upadhi grahana, continuous so many struggles. And dukkha means in that other than dukkha, what are you get? Whatever little bit pleasures we get in the world are the gaps between two dukkhas. That's it. Contrast to that is what? Iti uktva advaita atma satya avisandasya. The other first one is Dvaita Vishaya Anruta Avisanti. So Dvaita Vishaya ke jagah यहाँ Advaita Atma. There the Anruta ke jagah इधर Satya. So Dvaita Vishaya Anruta Avisanti. So Dvaita ke jagah Advaita. विषय की जगह आत्मा, अनृत की जगह सत्य, अभिसंधि is common. So the one who is holding on to the Advaita Atma. Of that person, ataskarasya iva, he is not the chore. The second example is the other fellow. He is also said, I have not done the stealing. He is also given the tapta parash. So in both ways, hand is not burnt, therefore he is acquitted, he is not put in jail, he is released. So to the one who is holding on to Advaita Atma, which is Satsvarupa. See, Advaita Atma Satya Avisandasya Ataskarasya Iva Taptaparsugrahane Bandha and Daha Abhavaha. There is no Daha burning, there is no Bandha. That means Samsara Dukkha Nivrittihi. No more you will have any of the Samsara Dukkha, and not no more he is bound by the transmigration of Janma Marana is equal to moksha. So, samsara dukkha nivritti and moksha is to that person who is Advaita Atma Satya Abhisanti. Nirantara samsara as well as dukkha. Samsara bandhana and dukkha is to the one who is Dvaita Vishaya Anruta Abhisandaha. So, my own inner self, if I realize, free from all bondage and no misery. Or else, free from all liberation, only bondage, and freedom from all happiness, only misery. For the one who is holding on to the Dvaita Vishya. Dvaita Vishya means, I am other than Paramatma. Then, as a Jiva, other than Paramatma, with the Upadhi, I am seeing the world. Then, of the world, something or the other, I have wants or raga or dvesha, then I am only involved in this thinking, in this acting, in these plannings only. अज्ञानी सारे संसार इसमें आ जाते हैं. If we are so, we are also included. So, having said these topics, see, today also we have done a very good refreshing course of what we studied so far. Then how much important it is for us before we enter into the concentrating study of the Upanishad. Because हमारा नियत साफ होना है, पक्का होना है कि what do you want. Then only we can sincerely study over it. Nahi to, in between we leave it, we half-heartedly come to the study, we don't value it, we take it for the granted. So these are all the negative or unwanted personality traits. They are the ones who hinder our progress, who doesn't allow us to learn and do our sadhanas and grow. That's why in the beginning only, Shankara Bhagavan is clearly saying. Then, having said this one, Taptaparusha example, then Anyarajanaha Kshayalokaha and Swarat Bhavati quotations, and before that, only by Advaita Atma Vijnana, Chaturtha Purushartha Prapti, not by the other three karmas. Now he takes up the summary of it. Atayeva na karma sahabhavi Advaita Atma Darshanam. See the intelligence of him. What is intelligence here? He is telling the goal. Goal is Advaita Atma Darshan. ऊपर जो हम पढ़ रहे थे ना, the example Taptaparusha and all, if at all while going through the example, if you have missed the clarity, that clarity is conveyed here. Advaita Atma Darshanam is the goal. For what? For the prapti of Chaturtha Purushartha, moksha. For the prapti of Shashrata Dukkha Nivritti. For the prapti of the state of Swaratu, not the Shayalokaha Anyarajanaha. So write down this one sentence anywhere. Advaita Atma Darshanam. Darshanam is not with the eyes, it is Anubhuti. This Advaita Atma Darshanam, which is your goal, please remember, na karma sahabhavi. It cannot go with karma. Karma need not be joined with this Advaita Atma Darshanam. Atha na karma sahabhavi Advaita. Ateva na karma sahabhavi Advaita Atma Darshanam. Otherwise, if this is not pakka understood, along with this Advaita Vedanta pursuit, so many things on so many logics, explanations, justifications we add to. By that we dilute our Advaita Prapti Prayatna. Dilute करते हैं, therefore delay होता है. न कर्म सहभावी Advaita Atmadarshana. Remember, first we have to involve in so many karmas for Antakarana Shuddhi. After realizing the self in this world, we have to do the karma in serving the world. For Antakarana Shuddhi, we have to do karma. After realizing the self, we serve the world. But in between, after the Antakarana Shuddhi obtained, before the Atmanubhuti obtained, other than the Atmanubhava Prayatna, we should not involve in any karma. Isn't it? Like this student who is studying the medicine. Once he is given the license as a doctor, he will sit in the chamber and he will see the patients and all. But before that, for those 6-7 years, should he not give up everything and stop all distraction, only focus on the study? Everybody, like a Sainika, before he is posted in any of the postings, those few months of the training period where nothing other than the training he'll have to do. Isn't it? So too, at the time of Advaita Atmadarshana, we must know that it is not karma sahabhavi that has to be dropped. But before that, we do the karma to do the Antakarana Shuddhi. Antakarana Shuddhi is only two things. One, I don't want anything outer world. Two, I want only Paramatma. If this clarity has come in us, we are in Shuddha Antakarana. Because I don't want anything outer world, the expression of that is no raga, no dvesha, no kama, no krodha, no jealousy adi. All of them hold on to our mind only when we have value to the world, only when we have desire for the world. पर उसकी जरूरत ही नहीं है मानो. Then why we bother about all of that? Therefore, I want nothing and I want Paramatma. Then Antakarna is Shuddha. With that Shuddhi, now pursue only Advaita Atmadarshanam, no karma sahabhavitva. Karma sahabhavi means along with karma, not required. Ataiva na karma sahabhavi Advaita Atmadarshanam. Having said, now the process of Advaita Atmadarshana, the steps, how it works out. It is said. What is it? Kriya Karaka Phala Bheda Upamardena. This is the deepest of the thought. Where we are lost, what do you mean by samsara? Samsara is giving value to these non-valuable things, giving reality to these never-existing things. What are they? Kriya Karaka Phala. Explanation. Karaka means I, the Karta, all my upadhis, my plannings, etc. These are all called Karaka Pratyas. Karaka means I, the doer, do with my intellect understanding, with mind emotion, with my senses acting. They are all Karaka, karne wale. Kriya means karna, actual action. Phala is some result out of it comes. These three are projected on the Brahman. What are the three? Kriya, Karaka, Phala. They are all projected on one homogeneous Brahman. Therefore, Kriya, Karaka, Phala, Bheda, Upamardana means by totally rejecting them or transcending them or neutralizing them or knowing them that they are not required or knowing that they never exist. Okay, Kriya, Karaka, Phala, Bheda, Upamardana. What is the Upanishad teaching? This is the first mantra taught by the Uddalaka Aruni to the Shwethaketu. What is that? Sadeva Saumya Idamagra Asit Ekameva Dvayam Brahma Neha Nanasti Kinchana. Feel the meaning of that. See, we have studied other Upanishads, no? That is why we have that permission and blessings to understand these things so deeply. If you had not studied other Upanishad, straight come to Chandogya, it would have become difficult for me to explain to you, for you to catch. That is a great benefit of studying the earlier Upanishads. Without that basic backgrounds, I can continue telling because you are already heard. Therefore, what is that sentence used here? Sadeva Saumya idamagra asit. Hey Saumya, O my dearest disciple, Sadeva agra asit. In the beginning, the Sadvastu alone was there. And what is that Sad? Ekameva Advayam. One without second. That alone is infinite. That infinite, bigger than biggest thing is called as Brahma. Then anything other than that, sir, na iha nana asti kinchan. And that was so blissful, so joyful. Unnecessarily on that Sadvastu Ekamevadvaya Brahma, so much of nonsense out of Maya, out of ignorance is projected and given value, importance, reality, and in that we are caught up and we are suffering. What are the things that are superimposed on pure Sadvastu, Ekavastu, Advitiya Vastu, Sadeva Saumedamek, Sadeva Saumedamagrasid, Ekamevadvayam Brahma, Nenanasti Kinchana. On that, what is that projected? Kriya Karaka Phala. The Karaka comes first, that I am the ego. Then, along with my upadhis come to me. Then I see the world. Then I want the phala of it. Then, unless I do the kriya, the phala cannot come to me. Therefore, I do the kriya. And it is giving nothing but struggle. One of the beautiful example is Nidra. You know why so much bliss in Nidra? Because this nonsense of kriya karaka phala bheda is not there. There is no ego, I, the doer, nor my upadhis, nor any kriya to be done there, nor waiting miserably, desperately for the phala. In Nidra. Hota hai kya? Like in Jagrata Avastha, so much desperation for the results. Whichever the karma we have done, for that the result. Anything, it can be making it very tasty tea se lekar ke, anything of the other things. I have done my work, business, now I am waiting for the result or profits to come. So much desperation. Naturally, after the disappointment only, not because what the result came, but because of our higher anticipations or expectations. Nidra mein, just nothing but bliss. Example, don't enter into Nidra. Nidra example is given to say that Kriya Karaka Phalabheda Rahitya Sthiti is there, in that the bliss is there. Now this pure Vedantic Jnanam, the one whose heart is filled with so much of impurities of value given to the world, reality given to the world, reality given to the success of the world, can we convey that knowledge to this person, this knowledge to that person? He will not accept. You and I have studied the Upanishads, other Shastras, and seen so many things. Therefore, we deserve to listen to it. We have a capacity to understand it. That's called as the difference between impurity and purity. Little purity we have, therefore we are able to apprehend this sentence, comprehend this sentence. But to others you say, who want to serve the world by being a politician, who want to serve the world by this or that professional, or who want to enjoy the world in this or that bhoga, ऐसे जिनके अंदर निश्चय है उसी को संस्कार कहते हैं. ऐसे जिनके अंदर संकल्प है उन्हीं को कामना कहते हैं. To such people, this vidya is never understandable. But this vidya is existing. Why one is not understanding? Because of those wrong convictions. They are called impurities. Now we understand what is the meaning of impurities, not allowing us to understand Vedanta, impurities, not allowing us to pursue Vedanta. That is Brahma Vidya. So that is the meaning here. Kriya karaka phala bheda upamardena sadeva saumya idamagra asita ekamevadvayam brahma nehana nasti kincha. This is called studying the Upanishad, contemplating on Upanishad, researching Upanishads. And it is not only intellectual. Intellectual, anybody can do if he tries more. More than intellectual, applying to ourselves. Okay, where do I stand now? Am I standing on the Kriya Karaka Phala Bheda Yukta Samsarika Jivana, which is projected on me, the Brahman, or I am rejecting all of that by continuously pursuing Sadvastu, Ekameva Dvaya Vastu. अब देखो, इसको सुनने के लिए भी किसी को टाइम नहीं है, सोचने के लिए कोई टाइम कैपेसिटी नहीं है, समझने के लिए शक्ति नहीं है, याद रखने का शक्ति नहीं है, और इसको वैल्यू देने का इच्छा नहीं है, then how can one become spiritual? He will be only a samsara. That is why we have to be with our gurus, Sat Gurus, who teaches only Sat Brahma Vidya through the Upanishads. Yes, it is tough, it is difficult, it is very high, very deep, but also, the result is infinite blissful moksha, isn't it? Oh, फल को देखो आप, get inspired from the result when we pursue the Brahma Vidya. So too the other things appear to be enchanting at the surface level, appear to be giving us the immediately experiential pleasures at the upadhis. But उसका ultimate consequence भी देखो. One is we are always kept away from the infinite Brahman. Second is all these things slowly drown us more and more to our bondage, our slavery, our dependency, only to the circumstances, to the objects, to the upadhis, and सबसे भयंकर घटिया to the karma. That I have to do only, then only I will get the things, and then only I can be happy. वो final consequence देखो, we are bound. In every pursuit other than Brahman, the consequence is bondage. En route, it may be enchanting. But in the Brahman pursuit, en route, it may be all toughness, all pain, all misery, all dukh. But the end result is what? You are in that infinite blissful self. बोलो फिर क्या चाहिए? See that? Again and again listening, rethinking, contemplating. कुछ जन्म लगते हैं हमको to come to the conviction that I want only Paramatma, nothing else. Like now in the class, little thought we are getting, little thinking we are doing. But after the class again, we back to the world only. ये चलता ही रहता है. इसमें if you don't listen to Upanishad, then this weight is gone, weightage, that weight becomes stronger. Then we enter into the world. Contrastly, if we increase our Upanishad Shravana, increase our Upanishad Adhyayana, increase our Upanishad Manana Chintana, increase the understanding and remembrance of the Upanishad Vidya, यहाँ का पलड़ा भारी होगा. Think about it. This is how we have to change ourselves. From the worldly palda bhari to the spiritual palda bhari. Palda means that, what do you call the measuring thing? Weight. Measure करते ना, 1 किलो का वहां पत्थर लगाया, then they put the tomato here. That is called. So क्रियाकारक फल भेद उपमर्देन सदैव सौम्य इदमग्र आसीत एकमेवाद्वयम् ब्रह्म. This is how the Upanishad is teaching. From that standpoint, we told you, na karma sahabhavi atma advaitatma darshanam. यहाँ तो हो गया. इति एवं आदि वाक्य जनितस्या बाधक प्रत्यानुभवते means when these powerful teachings are given by the teacher, there is nobody with any of their languages can put up any thought or proposal or knowledge which can reject or overpower or supersede this knowledge. ऐसे ज्ञान को ठुकराने वाला दूसरा कोई ज्ञान है ही नहीं संभव. Therefore, Advaita Atma Darshanam is na karma phala sahabhavi. Then the Purvapakshi who is interested in the karma cannot leave it. Who is the Purvapakshi? In us only, in whom the conviction about Brahma Vidya has not become stronger, and then the rejection of the world has not become stronger. अभी भी जिनके अंदर residues, traces are there, longings are there for the world, and doubts are there still for the spirituality. In such person, the doubts come. They are called as Purvapakshi. Such people ask the question, nothing wrong. Then Guru gives data to further think. With that, that person removes his inner those doubts regarding Brahman and the wrong convictions regarding the worldliness. That is how Guru's teachings help us in our own contemplation to come out of our own wrong pursuits into the right pursuits. So, karma vidhi pratyaya iti chet. Are karma vidhi pratyayena. Pratyaya means knowledge. Vidhi pratyaya means the knowledge that it is a vidhi. What karma? Why? It is said in the Vedas. And we follow the Veda only. For us, the authority is Vedas. For Veda has given karma as vidhi pratyaya. that yavad jivam juhyat. Till you are dead, alive, as long as you are alive, you have to do the juhyat means it's a symbolic way of saying it includes all the karmas. No, no. Why? See that powerful long sentence. What is it? Na kartru bhoktru swabhava vijnanavataha tat janita कर्म फल राग द्वेषादि दोषवतः च कर्म विधान. वाह. इसमें फिर to whom the karma the Shruti Mata is imposing as vidhi, that is also told in the very sentence. Who are the immature fellows who are not doing sadhana, getting lost in the world, that also is hinted. So the last sentence is karma vidhanat. Vidhanam is vidhi rupena. The karma as a vidhi imposed by the Shastra, karma as a vidhi taken by the person. Which is that person who takes the karma as vidhi? Which is the person to whom the Shruti Mata imposes karma as the vidhi? Not everyone. To whom the two things are told here. One thing is kartru bhoktru swabhava vijnanavataha. Second thing is tad janita karma phala ragadi doshavataha. एक बंदे में दो लक्षण होते हैं. Because of these two, he is endowed in karma. He is bound by karma by his choice. Even Shruti Mata says, हाँ करो. Like when a Shishya joins the Guru along with other students made him sit, and the Guru is teaching Brahma Vidya. After the classes 3-4 heard, when the disciple says, Guru, what Brahma Vidya you are teaching? पता नहीं मेरे को समझ में नहीं आ रहा. But still I want to be in the ashram. Guru says, ठीक है 6 महीने के लिए झाड़ू पोछा करो. कर्म विधानात. In that 6 महीने झाड़ू पोछा, the tamoguna in him, the rajoguna in him gets pacified or removed. Then after 6 months he is made to अब try कर फिर से. हाँ गुरु महाराज अब मुझे समझ में आ रहा. So that 6 months of झाड़ू पोछा work, why the Guru gave him karma vidhanat? Because he is not fit for this right now. Antakarna Shuddhi. The expression of the Antakarna Shuddhi are these two things. Wonderful thoughts these are all. In continuation of what is said in the above paragraph. One is what? कि कर्तृ भोक्तृ स्वभाव विज्ञानवतः. कर्तृ भोक्तृ स्वभाव विज्ञानवतः. थोड़ा contemplate करो इस बात पे. What is it? Vijnanavata means knowing and identifying with. What is that he is knowing and identifying with? About himself. About himself he knows like this. About himself he identifies like this. That is called Swabhava. Swabhava Vijnanavataha. The one who is identifying with individuality like this. And what is the identification of myself with myself? Kartru and Bhoktru. I am the Karta. I have to go on doing. And I am the Bhokta. I have to enjoy. Is it not from morning getting up till evening we sleep? From the birth to death, we identify ourselves with these two only. Isn't it? Whereas from the absolute self standpoint, which is our own self, what is our nature? Which is, from with the top of the voice, our Shrutis again and again speak. Our Rishis out of their experience, they speak about the self, our real self. The self is Akarta and Abhokta. Who am I? The Brahman. What is my nature? Akarta, Abhokta. But today, what is our feeling? I am the Karta and I have to be the Bhokta. I have to cook very good food, Karta, then I have to enjoy it, the Bhokta. Isn't it? You have to go for shopping, Karta, buy everything and bring them and spread in the house, Bhokta. I have to love that person, Karta, he reciprocates to me, then Bhokta. What are we doing whole day? Nothing but Karta, Bhokta. This Kartru, Bhoktru is my Swabhava. That is what I feel and accept. That's called Vijnanavata. So, मेरा विज्ञान क्या है? मैं करता हूं, मैं भोगता हूं. That is what is my swabhava. Swabhava means I am stuck up that with that. Like a doctor, when the patients come, he doesn't ask about तुम्हारा साधना कैसा है, तुम्हारे बच्चों का ख्याल कैसे. He will not ask the patient क्या बीमारी है. Why he is asking क्या बीमारी है? Because swabhava. What swabhava? His identity. What is identity? I am a doctor. So I am a doctor. I have to, when the patient comes, only inquire about his what you call health only. Swabhava. In the same way, if you go to a lawyer, the lawyer will not ask तुम्हारा तबीयत कैसा है. Isn't it? He will ask क्या कैसे बताओ क्या problem है. Why did he ask that question? Because his swabhava. Why that swabhava? Because he has got vijnana. What is that? I am a lawyer. Anybody comes to me, they come for some cases. That only I will discuss. I am explaining the words swabhava and vijnanavata. No, vijnana means knowing and thinking. Swabhava is identifying with that. Kartru bhoktru. So kartru bhoktru swabhava vijnanavata. For those people, the Shruti Mata says, Acha, akarta bhokta atma, you are not pursuing now, you are a kartu bhokta, kam se kam अच्छा कर्म करो, अच्छे फलों का भोग करो, करके to protect that fellow, the Shruti Mata gives the karma vidhana. That doesn't mean the Shruti Mata's ultimate goal is to put somebody in the kartru bhoktru swabhava. Because in another context, Shruti Mata tells the self is akarta bhokta, and in that state only there is moksha. So, kartru bhoktru swabhava vijnanavataha. To him only karma vidhi, karma vidhanat. First point. And why he is going in that kartru bhoktru swabhava vijnana? The second one. What is that? Ki tat janita. With my vijnana, with my swabhava, that I am karta and bhokta, I do the karma. When I do the karma, फल तो आ जाता है ना. Therefore, तज्जनित कर्म फल राग द्वेषादि दोषवतः. And he is going on doing the karma. Karma definitely gives the phala. Toward the karma phala, if it is giver of the sukha, there is raga. If there is a dukkha, there is a dvesha towards them. So towards that which I have raga because it is giving dukkha, I keep on repeatedly doing that. And that which has given me dukkha, therefore towards which I have the dvesha, again I struggle to keep it away. You can picturize in your mind. Like on a dining table, somebody's house you went, they put the dishes there, they give freedom, whatever you want. Now, in that one thing is so much pasandida to you, you like it. Other one is you hate only. Just to imagine your picturize that vessel in which you don't like or hate it, you push it away. है ना नहीं चाहिए मुझे ये वाला करेला वगैरह दूर. And the other one which you love it, ले आओ मेरे पास. That's what we do, raga dvesh. So to the people whom you love, isn't it? Your own daughter, so much you love. She is in America, Antarctica, Andaman, wherever. You are all the time thinking about that daughter only and calling them twice a day, thrice a day, 10 times. Ragavata. Then the daughter-in-law, you don't like her, Dvesha. Therefore, she is there very much, working so much in the house, struggling. She also is a human being. Her health is spoiled. So much hai, but you don't even ask her, how are you? You try to avoid her only. And even if she tries to say, oh, mother-in-law, I am not well, I want to take rest. नहीं 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 you काम करो सब ठीक हो जाएगा. अब देखो raga dvesha towards the people, so towards the objects, so to so many things. And as per our Guru and Shastra, if at all two things destroying our life, not only taking us away from spirituality, but even in the Vyavahara, if they are destroying us, they are these two only, Raga and Dvesha. Therefore, Bhagwan, without giving a chance or out of his Karuna, adding this adjective that Raga Dvesha are the dosha. सो कर्म जनित फल के प्रति राग और द्वेष रूपी दोष जिनके हृदय में है, जिनको स्वभाव विज्ञान के कारण हुआ कि मैं कर्ता भोक्ता हूं, टू हिम ओनली द श्रुति माता गिवन द कर्म विधान. The one who is free from the raga dvesha dosha, the one who is freed from the kartrutva bhoktrutva vijnana and svabhava, and the one who wants to realize the moksha, the fourth purushartha. For him karma vidhana nahi hai, unko jnana vidhana. He just has to know the Brahman, identify with the Brahman. There's nothing to be done. There's no doing in moksha, just knowing and being. In doing there is becoming. In becoming there is only misery. That becoming in Hindi is called banavati. जो बनावटी है तो दुखी देता है. This is the paragraph here. Then another one. This fellow doesn't want to live. Pura Pakshi. Very interesting. He says, but are we not Sanatan Dharmins? Yes. Even for Brahma Vidya, don't we study the Vedas? Yes. In the Veda only, the karma is told. So how can you reject that? That poor point again he holds on. You are studying the Upanishads from Veda only. So you are respecting it. So in that Veda, about the karma vidhana is given. Therefore, करो तुम्हारा वेदांत परस्यूट, but बीच में आकर थोड़ा कर्म में भी आ जाओ. See, as this fellow attached to the karma, not the Vedanta is not hating the karma. Aha, in that Vedanta pursuit of Aham Brahmasmi, these karma sambandhi, the entire setup, as we said in the beginning, not only not required, but they are the obstruction creating. Like if somebody offers a sweet to a diabetic patient, he will reject it. Why he rejects it? Not any sentiment or any emotion, or he hates that object. ऐसा नहीं है. Or the person who made that, he hates that person. इतनी चीजें नहीं भाई. For my health, not only this sweet is not required, but if I take it, it will harm me. Therefore, I am saying no to it. Not that I have any particular grudges against it. So to the Vedanta has no particular grudge against karma that way, out of dvesha. No. It is not a emotional thing. It's an intellectual thing. In the infinite Brahman, one without second, how can there be Kriya Karaka Phala Veda? How can there be Kartru Bhoktru Swabhava Vijnana? How the Janita Phala Raga, Dveshadi, Dosha? It is never there and not required. It's an obstruction. इसलिए मैं नहीं चाहता हूँ. When Shankara Bhagavan leveled people reject the karma ruthlessly, how and why they are doing it? Is it sentimental? Is it ego? Is it biasness? Is it a disliking? No. It's a technical issue, isn't it? It's a technical issue. The technical issue is what? In the pursuit of Brahman, these are not required. Rather, they are all obstructions. है ना, like कार में 5 लोग जा सकते. No, the sixth fellow says, I want to come. No, he is rejected. He is rejected not out of hatred, not out of dislike. It is a technical issue. You cannot put him in the dicky or ऊपर. इसलिए अगली बार ले जाते तुमको. Isn't it? Is there any emotional aspect? You can't fit in. When you come, it is trouble to all of us and to you too. You are not required also. That is what he says. कि अधिगत सकल वेदार्थस्य कर्म विधानात् अद्वैत ज्ञानवतः अपि कर्म इति चेत्. तुमने सारा वेदार्थ पढ़ा है, चलो परसू करो अपना द्वैत आत्मज्ञान, but along with कर्म भी करो. You have to respect Shruti Mata. How can you reject the karma when Shruti Mata in so many times places the कर्म को विधि के रूप में she told? अरे भाई ऐसी बात नहीं है. It's not that they made so many dishes out of love for you that you have to eat all of them. अपना तबीयत का भी तो ख्याल रखना. Isn't it? You have to reserve that freedom and right now. Like if you call me for bhojana, you don't call me, I don't know. You are happy seeing me buka. And you put their dishes. But you have to give me freedom also. You can't say, स्वामी जी ये मैं बनाई हूँ तो you must eat it. मैं माता जी खाऊंगा तो मैं मरूंगा. कोई वांदा नहीं, फिर भी खाओ. You cannot say that. Isn't it? बोलो. You should understand it. Yes, yes. That is not allowed to me means allowed, not allowed. I say life may be na. We have to become specific, precise, convincing regarding our spiritual. These studies help us in this regard. When we are not precise, when we are not convinced, when we are not absolutely specific about our sadhana, continuously we compromise, we dilute. Then na ghar ka na ghat ka reh jata. That's why in one of the context, not every time, it is told if you love the world, indulge in the world, enjoy the world, embrace the world so much that koi kasar nahi bache. But once you come to spirituality, then don't go back. अटको मत बीच में, भटको मत बीच में, लटको मत बीच में. That's why in the brahmacharya grahastha ashrama, do every nonsense possible. Then in the vanaprastha ashrama, undo all that nonsense. Then the sannyasa ashrama, do the sensible thing. That is, realize Brahman. Such a beautiful topic it is. Then some more thoughts are there before we study the Upanishad actual. Om 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 Purnamadaha Shruti Matre Namaha Tat Sat Brahmarpanamastu. Done. So what is our next activity? Second one, our Veda Parayanam and also our Mantra Dhyanam and also our common sense thought. In the Veda Parayanam, one Suktam I am skipping, next I am going into, and that Suktam which we are seeing is Sukta number 21. 20th we are skipping. No need. Everyone, right now we need not. In one life, right from beginning when we start, we do all of them. 21 Sukta talks about the GOSAMRAKSHANA. For Hindu Sanatan Dharma means the Gomata is the one who has got all devatas in her. Our Shrutis have told, our Smritis have told, even Veda is telling, why should we doubt? Second is, Go means Pashu Sampada means through that Gomata or the cows and calves and bulls, that all the Sampada required for us comes. And the Dugdha Grita Ityadi is one side, the milk and ghee and all. Other side is what? The presence of the cow and all gives such a joy. There's very sattvic sadhu animals. Third is right for transport as well as plowing the land. They used to take the help of those animals. So starting with Gomata, all the Go Sambandhi Jati. Extension, all other animals. Then birds. Every one of them have to be seen as divine. Final is that. So here in this particular Suktam, Go Mata is prayed. It has got some 7-8 mantras. Where is it? So Sakshat Brahma Deva is the Rishi. Then the Go Sampada, Go Devi herself is the Devata here. So many Vinyogas are there for this. See, may all the cows come towards me. May they be auspicious towards me. May they stay in my the Goshtha. May these cows fill me, make me happy with all the Kshiradi Sampada. So because of this Gosampada, my family should be with full of all sorts of Santati. And every richness should be there because of Krupa of this Gosantati in my house. So every day in the Ushakala, having taken this milk, etc., from these cows, etc., may I worship Indradi Devatas through Yagna Yaga. See that precisely I am telling. Explanation करूं तो फिर वो लंबा हो जाएगा. Same way, those who want to do the Yagna Yagati to worship Devatas Indra, to them only the Indra Deva blesses with the Go Sampada, etc. Then the Indra's Krupa is such that the Yajamana who is doing Yajna and the Ritviks who is supervising the Yajna, of him the Indra doesn't steal the wealth. On the other hand, he propitiates them with blessing more and more wealth only. And he frees that Hota, the one who is making us do the yajna, Hota, Dhwari, Udgata, Brahma, as well as the Yajamana, from all the dukkha, the Indra Bhagwan frees him. And then here he gives sukha, even he takes him to the moksha also. So the connection of it. Gosampada, Kshira, with the Kshira, Indradi worship by the Indra Kripa, Dukkha Nivarana, Sukha Prapti, Swarga Prapti. For both, the Yajamana who is doing it, Yajnayagadi, and also the Purohitas who are getting this yajna done. Same way, may these cows or the Sampada which are given to be my, the Indra Bhagavan, be not destroyed. Let none of these thieves steal them away. Let none of the weapons which are used to harm these, my Go Sampada, be harming them. So too, may these cows which help me in giving so many things to do my Yajna Agadi, let always be with me. And with that milk given to me, I serve the Gopati, the Indra, Bhagwan Narayan. Here, when you say in Vedas, so many times Indra, Indra, it is not only the Indra of the Svargaloka, Indra is also Idandro Namaha. Tasmad Indra Ityachakshate Parokshena, Paroksha Priyahi Devaha. We have seen this mantra. Indra also meaning of Parabrahma Paramatma. Also Parameshwara. Indro Maya Vihi Pururupa Iyate in all those quotations. Indra means Shrestha. So, from all Devata standpoint, the Indra is Shrestha. Then, from the entire creation standpoint, the Parameshwara, the Ishvara with Maya Shakti is the Shrestha. Even beyond that, the Shrestha is Sakshat Parabrahma. In this way, next one is what? Let the Vyagradi, Krura animals do not reach and trouble my Go Sampada. In the same way, may these eaters of the cows, Mamsha Bhakshaka, don't steal my cows. So this is a big issue, big topic. Things going on in our country. Once in a while, ये issue rekap hota hai. And the nation never declares Gomata as the national animal, nor they establish the organizations. They can start a department, no? GOSAMRAKSHANA department. नहीं करते हो, पता नहीं क्या होता है. Anyway, in the same way, may these cows revel in this Vishala Bhumi owned by the Yajamana, in which so much of healthy grass is there for those cows as food. In the same way, for me, the cows are the wealth. So I pray to Indra to bless me with Go Sampada. And because of this yajna, yes, Indra is blessing, my Go Sampada is growing. So, all the beings, I am telling you, the cows which are seen, they themselves are the Indra Swarupa. Okay? Because they are the ones because of whom we are doing yajna and all, getting the Indra Krupa. So don't differentiate between the cows and the Indra Deva. See, this is what our Krishna Bhagavan told all of them to worship the cows and the Govardhan Parvat, not the Indra. Indra becomes angry. 7 days he gives the rain. Bhagavan Krishna एक हाथ से गोवर्धन उठाते हैं. So, O Gosampada, see, because of you only, we can be Hrusta Prushta. Therefore, don't become naraz or angry with us. Give us the milk and all Shrestha, so that we all become Pushta and make our Shobhana Anga. So to make our houses full of all Mangalata and Kalyana. So, may you and your contribution be always respected, valued, praised everywhere. O Go Sampada, may you have lots of Santana. May you have lot of Sasya Shamala Bhumi for you to have the grass to enjoy. May you have wonderful waters to drink as well as take bath in the form of the rivers, etc. May none of the thieves steal you, none of the Vyagradi Muruga harm you. May any of the khadgas or weapons prayojita by anybody not harm you. In this way, a very high level important conscious attempt to respect, worship, Go Sampada is hinted in this sukta of 7 mantras. Okay, so meaning I told you. So if I start teaching, then it will take time. Still, as a daily learning, आज 2 मंत्र सीखेंगे, कल बाकी सीखते हुए बाकी बाकी भी सीखते जाएंगे. फर्स्ट मंत्र ओम अथ गो संरक्षण गो अनुग्रहेण समस्त समृद्ध्यर्थम इंद्रादि देवतानां उद्देश्य अथर्वण वेदांतर्गत सूक्तम ओम आगावो अग्मन्नुत भद्रम अक्रंत अक्रन् ओम आगावो अग्मन्नुत भद्रमक्रन् सीदन्तु गोष्ठे रजयन् स्वस्मे सीदन्तु गोष्ठे रणयन्त्वस्मे प्रजापतेः पुरुरूपा इह स्युः प्रजापतेः पुरुरूपा इह स्युः इंद्राय पूर्वीरुषसो दुहानाः इंद्राय पूर्वीरुषसो दुहानाः. Any of these mantra 4-5 बार पढ़ो श्रद्धा से, then they become familiar. For me also first time, along with you only I do it. Not that we know any one of them. ओम आगावो अग्मन्नुत भद्रमक्रन् सीदन्तु गोष्ठे रणयन्त्वस्मे प्रजापते पुरुरूपा इह स्युः इंद्राय पूर्वे रुषसो दुहानाः. ओम आगावो अग्मन्नुत भद्रमक्रन् सीदन्तु गोष्ठे रणयन्त्वस्मे प्रजापतेः पुरुरूपा इह स्युः इंद्राय पूर्वीरुषसो दुहानाः. सेकंड इंद्रो यज्वने गृणते च शिक्षत इंद्रो यज्वने गृणते च शिक्षत उपेद्ददाति न स्वं मुषायति उपेद्ददाति न स्वं मुषायति भूयो भूयो रयिंदस्य वर्धयन् भूयो भूयो रयिमिदस्य वर्धयन् अभिन्ने खिल्ये निदधाति देवयुम् अभिन्ने खिन्ये निदधाति देवयुम्. इंद्रो यज्वने गृणते च शिक्षत उपेद्ददाति न स्वं मुषायति भूयो भूयो रयिमिदस्य वर्धयन् अभिन्ने किल्ये निदधाति देवयुम्. इंद्रो यज्वने गृणते च शिक्षत उपेद्ददाति न स्वं मुषायति भूयो भूयो रयिमिदस्य वर्धयन् अभिन्ने किल्ये निदधाति देवयुम्. One more, third one. नता नशन्ति नदभाति तस्करो नता नशन्ति नदभाति तस्करो नासाम् आमित्रो व्यधिरादिधर्षति नासाम् आमित्रो व्यधिरादिधर्षति दधर्षति. देवांश्चयाभिर्यजते ददाति च देवांश्चयाभिर्यजते ददाति च ज्योगित्ताभिः सचते गोपतिः सह ज्योगित्ताभिः सचते गोपतिः सह. नता नशन्ति नदभाति तस्करो नासामामित्रो व्यथिरादधर्षते देवांश्चयाभिर्यजते ददाति च ज्योगित्ताभिः सचते गोपतिः सह. नता नशन्ति नदभाति तस्करो नासाम् आमित्रो व्यधिरादधर्षते देवांश्चयाभिर्यजते ददाति च योग इत्ताभिः सचते गोपतिः सह. 3 we have learned, 4 more tomorrow we do, and we will chant it 2-3 times. Then this is how it will go on. We will do it every day, one suktam, and then are in that mode of respecting our Veda Mata, Shruti Mata. An idea also is coming as to in our Vedas how the rishis have guided us all inclusively in all the aspects that are required for a human being. We have to be really grateful to them, and for the sake of this Veda Dhyanam, at least having learned Sanskrit Pakka, spend at least 1 or 2 hours every day. Instead of that, whatever the other things we do in our routine, all of that is time and energy consuming. The repeated same bhogas, it won't help. Thank you, friends. Having seen this one today, we'll go to the next one. Is our mantra dhyanam. So, which mantra we'll chant today? We will chant today the Gayatri Mantra again. This very Upanishad, Chandogya, which we are studying, the Guru's Mantra, Uddalaka Aruni, one day we learned, na? On which day we have learned? I remember it, 30th June. Today we will learn the Shishya, the Shwetaketu Gayatri Mantra. He is also not less. He deserved that Brahma Vidya from his father Guru. He learnt it, he realized it, and he has spread that knowledge. Shwetaketu, sixth chapter. The one to whom this Tattvamasi Mahavakya is taught. Few things about him we learn quickly. Okay. In both Upanishads, Chandogya and Brihadaranyaka, Shwetaketu Prasanga comes. In Chandogya, it is elaborate. One entire sixth khanda or sixth chapter is dedicated to Shwetaketu Aruni Sambhada only. Second, about Shwetaketu, father is Uddalaka Aruni. Mother's name was not mentioned. So he is the Gautama Sampradaya or Gautama Vamsha he belongs to. Okay. The story is what? At the age of 12 years, okay, goes to the Gurukula. Comes back at the age of 24, having studied all Vedas from his Guru, whichever it was. But when he came at that age of 24, you know at the age of 20, 24, how the youth are. He was also not spared. He came with added ahankar of he studied all the Vedas. No elaboration, if I go into, it takes time. Hint is given, you can understand how, if we are not protecting ourselves, the knowledge and the abilities, talents which we gain, they themselves become cause of our own arrogance. And once the ego arrogance takes a position of our life, the downfall starts, destruction starts. For no reason we can justify to have an ego for the universal boss, the Parabrahma Paramatma, who is in everything of this world. He himself has no ego. सब कुछ करने वाले भगवान में अहंकार नहीं है, तो हम में कैसे ईगो हो सकता? बट दिस श्वेतकेतु वाज egoistic. Never mind, the father has taught him the Brahma Vidya. After lot of beautiful discussion, was humble towards his father, thank God. So in thus all the nine mantras, having given lot of examples, the Tattvasi Mahavakya is taught, Upadesha Mahavakya. The final line is Sahayaha Eshaha Anima. This is the Anu Vishaya, subtler than the subtlest. Aitadatmyam. This is the self. Idam Aitadatmyam, Idagam Satyam, Idagam Sarvam. This alone is everything. Tat Satyam, that alone is reality. Saha Atma, it is again the real self of everyone. Tat Tvamasi, and you are that. Shwetaketu. Okay. Saha Yaha Esha Anima. Aitad Atmyam. Idagam Sarvam. Tat Satyam. Saha Atma. Tat Tvam Asi Shwetaketu. This is how the 9 times it is told. So when that skanda, that portion comes, you will be made to by heart that sentence at least. Ana saha yaha eshaha anima aitad atmyam idagum sarvam tatu satyam saha atma तत्वम असि श्वेत केतु. मुझे तो अभी आ गया. Okay, श्वेत केतु, that is the Brahman and you are that. Then even the Brihadaranyaka Upanishad also, his prasanga comes. There also from various Maharshis, many other things he learns. So that shows that after getting that Tattvasi Vidya, he is pursuing the Brahma Tattva, same time, without that ego, and with that humbleness, he has learned from other gurus also. So that Vinayata in him we can see. Okay. And the Vidya, Vinaya and Guru Vakya and the Atma Jnana, these are so important. That is what is the learning by Shwetaketu. And to him, when his father teaches Brahma Vidya, beautiful examples he takes. The example of mud and the mud pot, the gold and the ornaments. Then the Madhu example is so beautiful. Wow. Like the madhumakhi from so many flowers, they collect the honey and they put it in the beehive. Once it is in the beehive, you cannot differentiate that honey from which flowers they are brought. उसको आप डिफरेंट वो सब homogeneous हो जाता है. In that way, the substratum of all is undifferentiated Brahman. That example. So to the river and Samudra example, he takes the example of that seed of the people tree too. Then the beautiful example is the salt doll or salt and the water. These are the examples. Uddalaka Aruni Gautama, father, takes to teach Brahma Tattvamasi to the Putra Shwetaketu. Okay. Then there's another prachara in some kathas. The Shwetaketu has established proper the Grahastha Dharma, it is said. It is some references. Any of the literature attributed to him, there is a Shwetaketu Smriti. Some Dharma Smritis are there, but not very much available. So too, he did his sadhana, taught some people, but specifically Guru Shishya, some ashramas, he has established that thing is not that much known, but he has realized the self. He became cause for the arrival of this Tattvamasi Upadesha Mahavakya for all of us. Okay, these are the few things about the Shwetaketu ji. Okay, Janma Vrittanta, Vamshavali, the Shruti Pramana, his availability in Chandogya and Vrihadaranyaka Upanishads. Okay, in Mahabharata, the Shwetaketu Katha comes about how he established the Grahastha Dharma. In Vishnu Purana, Bhagavata Purana, ityadi, very little touch about there about him. That is enough. No, the mantra is what? Om Auddalakaya Vidmahe. Therefore, Uddalaka Putra is. Then Tattvamasi Karanaya Dhimahi. He is the one because of whom the Tattvamasi mantra came to us. Okay. Tannaha Shwetaketuhu Prachodayat. This is the mantra we chant. Om Shwetaketu Parabrahma Paramatmane Namaha Dhyayami Avahayami Stapayami Pujayami Chatrachamarādīn Samarpayami Samasta Shaktiyopachara Bhaktiyopacharādīn Samarpayami स्तोत्रेण जपादिना भजनेन कीर्तनादिना तोषयामि नमस्करोमि तव चरणौ शरणागतोऽस्मीति प्रपत्तिं करोमि प्रार्थयामि ओम श्वेतकेतु महर्षये नमः मम बाह्याभ्यंतर अहंकार शत्रुविघ्न निर्मूलनं कृत्वा तत्त्वमसि महावाक्यद्वारेण परमात्मानुभवं प्रति प्रचोदनं कुरु परमात्मानुभवेन अस्मिन् क्षणेव मोक्षं प्रदेहि तथा च सनातनधर्मस्य वैदिकहैन्दवसंस्कृतेः संरक्षणमपि कुरु अभिवृद्धिं कुरु विश्वव्याप्तिं कुरु इति प्रार्थयामि ओम ओम औद्दालकाय विद्महे तत्त्वमसि कारणाय धीमहि तन्नः श्वेतकेतुमहर्षिः प्रचोदयात् ओम औद्दालकाय विद्महे तत्त्वमसि कारणाय धीमहि तन्नः श्वेतकेतुमहर्षिः प्रचोदयात् ओम औद्दालकाय विद्महे तत्त्वमसि कारणाय धीमहि तन्नः श्वेतकेतुमहर्षिः प्रचोदयात् ओम औद्दालकाय विद्महे तत्त्वमसि कारणाय धीमहि तन्नः श्वेतकेतुः प्रचोदयात् महर्षिः प्रचोदयात् ओम औद्दालकाय विद्महे तत्त्वमसि कारणाय धीमहि तन्नः श्वेतकेतु महर्षिः प्रचोदयात् ओम औद्दालकाय विद्महे तत्त्वमसि कारणाय धीमहि तन्नः श्वेतकेतु महर्षिः प्रचोदयात् ओम औद्दालकाय विद्महे तत्त्वमसि कारणाय धीमहि तन्नः श्वेतकेतुः महर्षिः प्रचोदयात् ओम औद्दालकाय विद्महे तत्त्वमसि कारणाय धीमहि तन्नः श्वेतकेतु महर्षिः प्रचोदयात् ओम औद्दालकाय विद्महे तत्त्वमसि कारणाय धीमहि तन्नः श्वेतकेतु महर्षिः प्रचोदयात् ॐ औद्दालकाय विद्महे तत्त्वमसि कारणाय धीमहि तन्नः श्वेतकेतुमहर्षिः प्रचोदयात्। ॐ औद्दालकाय विद्महे तत्त्वमसि कारणाय धीमहि तन्नः श्वेतकेतुमहर्षिः प्रचोदयात्। ॐ औद्दालकाय विद्महे तत्त्वमसि कारणाय धीमहि तन्नः श्वेतकेतुमहर्षिः प्रचोदयात्। ॐ औद्दालकाय विद्महे तत्त्वमसि कारणाय धीमहि तन्नः श्वेतकेतुमहर्षिः प्रचोदयात्। ॐ औद्दालकाय विद्महे तत्त्वमसि कारणाय धीमहि तन्नः श्वेतकेतुमहर्षिः प्रचोदयात्। ॐ औद्दालकाय विद्महे तत्त्वमसि कारणाय धीमहि तन्नः श्वेतकेतुमहर्षिः प्रचोदयात्। ॐ औद्दालकाय विद्महे तत्त्वमसि कारणाय धीमहि तन्नः श्वेतकेतुमहर्षिः प्रचोदयात्। ॐ श्वेतकेतुमहर्षे नमः। नमस्करोमि तव चरणौ शरणागतोऽस्मि प्रपन्नोऽस्मि प्रार्थयामि मम रक्षणं कुरु आत्मानुभवं प्रदेहि। तत्त्वमसि महावाक्यविचारणद्वारा अस्मिन् क्षणे अस्मिन् जन्मनि एव। ॐ श्वेतकेतुमहर्षे नमः। भारतवर्षस्य सनातनधर्मस्यापि संरक्षणमभिवृद्धिं विश्वव्याप्तिं कुरु इति प्रार्थयामि। ॐ श्वेतकेतुमहर्षे नमः। ॐ श्वेतकेतुमहर्षे नमः। श्वेतकेतुमहर्षे नमः। श्वेतकेतुमहर्षे नमः। ॐ 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 श्वेतकेतुमहर्षये नमः। ॐ स य एषः अणिमा ऐतदात्म्यम् इदगं सर्वं तत्सत्यं स आत्मा तत्त्वमसि श्वेतकेतो। Rishi Smarana sadhana also we have done. And I am doing it every day without questioning my gurus or the Lord. Why are you making me do this? I'm just doing with Shraddha, invoking the Krupa of all these rishis for our quicker Adhyatmic convictions, sadhanas, and evolutions. Now, the last topic of the day is our common sense thought. Again, today also, I will only give the hint to you. You do the homework of neglecting it, dropping it only here itself, or taking it seriously, sincerely. Your choice. What is today's common sense thought is? Remember, as many as possible, our Veda, Purana, Smriti, and Itihasa Grantha topics. Remember the stories, kathas, first one of them. Frequently, common sense thought I am telling. Then, four things. One, from the entire katha, what is the lesson learned? In that katha, so many topics are there. From each of the topic, what is learned? And in all those kathas and topics, the characters are there, individuals. From each of the individuals, what can be learned? Then, in those Puranas, Itihasas, all of them are written in the Shloka Rupa, Mantra Rupa. Among them, some are story aspects are there. The shlokas, the mantras, some of them convey a specific particular knowledge for us. What can be learned from that? So, श्लोक से क्या सीखे, व्यक्ति विशेष से क्या सीखे, प्रसंग से क्या सीखे, पूर्णतया कथा से क्या सीखे. Do this exercise as much as possible so that we are reveling in Shastras, we are reveling in the learnings, isn't it? We are keeping ourselves occupied and busy in these creative, constructive things with which our antakarna is always active and dynamic and learning knowledge and is in the sattva guna sthiti. We are protecting ourselves from the unwanted distractions, unwanted involvements. अपना टाइम डिसाइड करो कब आप करना चाहते हो. Daily 20 minutes, 15 minutes of thousands of stories that are there. We are lucky, we are Hindus. We are Sanatan Dharmins. We have how many of the Shrutis, how many of the Smritis, how many of the Puranas, how many Itihasas, are khojte jao, you get so many. Now you are seeing nowadays how many rishis, new ones, we are listening to the names. Before this Upanishad started, we didn't know much about the Shwetaketu or Uddalaka or the other rishis, the Shunashepa Rishi. Did you know about it? The Grutsamada Rishi. Do you know about it? Madhuchanda Rishi. Do you know about him? Research about them. Their stories are there. आजकल तो everything available to you on internet, etc. Easy also. So take up that. Anything, anything. For example, Bhagavat Purana. The whole Bhagavat Purana Shastra. What is its final message? Contemplate on that. You know? One shloka it is said by the Shaunakadi Rishi while asking the Sutaji. है ना भक्ति ज्ञान विरागाप्तो विवेको वर्धते महान माया मोह निरासश्च वैष्णवैः क्रियते कथम. By asking this question, in that only the content of entire Bhagavad Purana is given. Same way, Shreyasamapi yat Shreyah Pavananam cha Pavanam Krishna Praptikaram Shashvat Sadhanam Tadvadadhuna चिंतामणिर्लोकसुखं सुरद्रुः स्वर्गसम्पदं प्रयच्छति गुरुः प्रीतः वैकुंठम योगी दुर्लभम. So entire 12 skanda bhagavat essence. Contemplate. जितना समझो उतना. You need not become Mahapandit to give बड़े बड़े सप्ताहs and यज्ञास. That when Ishvara wants, oh, वो गधे को भी पहलवान बना देते. He will make anybody. Why you worry about it? You be focus on your purusharth. Then each of the skanda, adhikari skanda, sadhana skanda, then sarga visarga sthanam poshnam, uti manvantareshanukata nirodho mukti. Example I am taking, ashraya. Within the skandhas, then the stories have come. The prasangas, like in the Pratama skandha, so many kathas have come. So many of so many. Then the Bhishma Niryana katha comes. Then the Arjuna subduing this Ashwathama katha comes. Most famous second half portion में the Parikshit Katha comes. So from that Katha, what is to be learned? Then from the characters, most important is the characters. क्या सीखना है उन characters से? Both negative, what to avoid, positive, what to learn. Second skanda, third skanda, in that way, एक project बना लेना अपने लिए. Somehow this life we have to spend every moment creatively, constructively, progressively. And that's possible only through spirituality. So this is the spiritual exercise. बाकी हमें इस दुनियादारी से कुछ लेना देना नहीं है. We have reason about that. Still you want to become MLA, MP at the age of 200 years? I तो don't want. Still you want to be a famous cinema actor or any famous politician? ताली बजवाना है क्या आपको अभी भी? इतना उपनिषद पढ़ने के बाद क्रिया कारक फल से राग आदि द्वेष दोष में अभी फंसे रहना है क्या? अभी तो सुन के आए. Nothing real, only Brahman. Okay. Then the next one, like that, you take, let us say, another text, the Katha Upanishad. In that also, the whole Upanishad, 6 vallis, what is it talking? Each valli, what is the essence? Then the Katha, Katha Nachiketa with his father there, and the Nachiketa with the Yamaraj, their story aspect, and their interaction. How many hundred things that can be learned? Then within that, the character from Nachiketa kya seekhna. Then shloka, like Bhagavad also, how many hundreds and thousands shlokas are there which convey a particular meaning. Like we often quote all these, Bhagavata shloka ke hai na, ye tasmat kena pipayena manah krishne niveshet, येन केन प्रकारेण हरिः स्मर्तव्यः तस्मात् भारत सर्वात्मा भगवान ईश्वरो हरिः श्रोतव्यः कीर्तितव्यश्च ध्येय पूज्यश्च नित्यदा. There are the panch shlokas like that. So if you do this, the intellect becomes sharper and subtler and spiritual and divinized. नहीं करो ऐसे बुद्धू घोंचू की तरह बैठे रहो, जो है वो भी सड़ जाता है दिमाग. And then we have 1,000 things to destroy us anyway. Take Bhagavad Gita, 18 chapters. What is it saying? Each chapter, each prasanga and each shloka. Then in that characters are seven of them. The character 1, Dhritarashtra. Character 2, Duryodhana. Character 3, Arjuna. Character 4, Bhishma. Character 5, Drona. Character 6, Sanjaya. Character 7, Krishna. From each of them, what do you learn? There are seven characters in Gita. Ha ha. Same way. How many Puranas are there? Study the Bhagavad में Prahlada Charitra. You know, in the seventh skanda Prahlada Charitra, the characters are so many. Okay? The Prahlada himself is one character. Nrsimha Bhagavan is another one. The Hiranyakashipu is the third one. Then there in the seventh skanda, we see the Yudhishthira Narada Samvada, the Yudhishthira character, the Narada Samvada, and how what Narada teaches to Yudhishthira through that katha. मस्त रहता है जिंदगी अगर हम इसमें रेवल करते तो. Instead of wasting our hours and hours of human life in some bhoga related, mind destroying related things, why not revel in our kathas? So many kathas, 1,000 lakhs of them are there for us. I think this is a practically useful thing. And in our good old days, we know people crossing 55, 60, हर बार अपने सामने पुराण लगाकर सुबह से शाम तक पढ़ते रहते थे. Purana Pathanam was their duty. You just imagine every day half an hour, you are studying half an hour Mahabharata, half an hour Bhagavad Puran, half an hour Ramayanam, then half an hour Upanishad, half an hour Gita. Your time is so preciously spent. Otherwise, we become tamoguni lazy or rajoguni bhogi, or identify the deha and the old age and disease and the fear of death. These never answerable problems from outside. They come. For them, the answers are from within. That within answer is this common sense thought. That's why I do these classes one after the other. थक जाए मर जाए but अपना classes करते रहे. So that we are in touch with our Shastras, the Gurus, the knowledge, the spirituality, etc. Okay? Further you contemplate on this. So, the Katha Prasanga, total learning from the Katha, learning from the particular Prasanga in the Katha, as well as from the characters and the shlokas. Like total Yoga Vasishta Maharamayana. In that Tritiya Utpatti Prakarana. Again in that, the Leela Upakshana. Then what to learn from the Leela, from the Raja Viduratha, and also the Padma, क्या हमें सीखने को है. Then each of this sarga, what is it teaching us? And there are some beautiful shlokas. श्लोक से भी सीखना, character से भी सीखना है, that particular topic से भी सीखना है, total text से भी क्या है सीखना है. Think on that. Write your own notes. Take a notebook. So my learnings from Bhagavad Puran. The 10 pages in that. Then take up my learnings from Gita. अपने लिए बनाते जाओ. What a good exercise it is. Remember, intellect, when it is given all these exercises, when it is active and awakened, it controls the mind and its vagaries. It controls the senses and their overpower effect. It controls the body and its laziness. Intellect ठप हो गया मानो, दिमाग सड़ गया. So then these things become the anya rajanaha in our life. And what they give us is kshaya lokaha bhavanti. Only destruction. Om 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 Purnamadaha Shruti Matre Namaha Tatsat Brahmarpanamastu. May the Lord bless all of us to continue this Brahma Vidya pursuit. Thank you. Gita पढ़ेंगे आज.